Welcome back to Heroic Elite Comics. Today we're diving into the electrifying world of Ultimate X-Men, written and illustrated by the incredibly talented Peach Momoko. This series feels like a vibrant mashup of Stranger Things and the Persona franchise, delivering a fresh manga-inspired take on the X-Men universe. It's a haunting, emotional, and visually stunning ride that's unlike any X-Men story you've read before. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can geek out together in the comments. Let's jump into this captivating first issue and explore the mysterious journey of Hisako and the shadowy forces at play. The story kicks off in March, around the same time as Ultimate Spider-Man issue 3, but we're far from New York's skyscrapers. Instead, we're at a middle school graduation in Japan, where we meet our protagonist, Hisako. She's a quiet, reserved girl who hasn't been to school much over the past few years. The narrative hints at her absence early on, teasing a deeper reason that unravels slowly, like a puzzle you can't stop piecing together. For now, she's at the graduation ceremony, perhaps hoping to blend in or find some closure. The setting is vivid, with Peach Momoko's art bringing a delicate yet eerie atmosphere to the school, making it feel both familiar and unsettling. As Hisako navigates the ceremony, a younger girl approaches her with a surprising gift, a button from a boy's uniform, a Japanese tradition where a boy gives the button closest to his heart to a girl he admires. It's a sweet custom, but for Hisako, it's confusing. She's been so absent from school that she doesn't have close friends, let alone admirers. The moment takes a darker turn when the girl who delivered the button runs off, giggling with her friends as if it's all a cruel prank. My heart sank for Hisako here. You can feel her isolation and the sting of being the outsider, but then she notices a note on the button that changes everything. "Meet me at the temple in the mountain behind the school. Our time has come, my friend." This note is cryptic and a little creepy, especially since Hisako doesn't have friends at school. Her suspicion is palpable, but there's a spark of hope in her decision to go to the temple anyway. Maybe she's longing for connection, or maybe she's just curious. Either way, it's a bold move, and I was hooked, wondering who this mysterious friend could be. When she arrives at the temple, no one's there, and the silence starts to feel like part of the prank. You can almost feel her disappointment as she waits, second-guessing herself. But then something extraordinary happens. She catches a glimpse of a boy she recognizes instantly, someone she knows can't be there. Hisako's shock is so relatable. She closes her eyes and shakes her head, trying to convince herself she's imagining things. But when she opens her eyes, a shadowy figure appears, calling her by name and saying, "I knew you'd come, hoping to make new friends." The creep factor ramps up as Hisako demands to know who this figure is and whether they left the note. The figure admits it, explaining they needed a way to reach her since she's been absent from school. Then they hand her a charm, a small object that carries huge significance. Fans of the classic X-Men will notice that this charm resembles the psionic exoskeleton armor of 616's Hisako Ichiki, aka Armor, a nearly indestructible suit powered by her mutant abilities. It's not an exact match, but the nod is clear, and Momoko's design gives it a mystical, almost talismanic vibe. The story dives deeper into Japanese culture here, explaining that certain charms carry specific meanings, like protection from accidents during travel. It's a fascinating touch that grounds the story in its setting while adding layers of mystery. For someone like me who's only familiar with charms from video games, like that quirky donut charm I have in Overwatch, this was a delightful detail that made the world feel rich and authentic. But for Hisako, the charm triggers a flood of memories. She recognizes it as the same one given to her by her friend Tsubasa, the boy she thought she saw moments ago. The shadowy figure drops a bombshell. Tsubasa is dead. He took his own life after relentless bullying, and Hisako's guilt crashes over her like a wave. This moment is gut-wrenching. Hisako remembers seeing Tsubasa being bullied and doing nothing, offering only empty platitudes like, "Just tell them to back off," or "It'll be okay." We've all been there, saying the right thing without really understanding someone's pain. The shadowy figure, who some fans speculate is the Shadow King, and I'm totally on board with that theory, twists the knife, accusing Hisako of contributing to Tsubasa's death. It's a brutal manipulation, feeding on her guilt and shame. The figure's words, "We both killed Tsubasa together," are chilling, and you can feel Hisako's world crumbling as she grapples with her regret. The Shadow King theory makes sense here, as this entity seems to thrive on psychological torment torment, a hallmark of the multiversal villain who embodies the darkest parts of human consciousness. If this is the Shadow King, we could be in for an epic saga that spans the ultimate Marvel universe, a thrilling prospect for fans craving something big. The figure, now dubbed the Shadow Man, pushes Hisako further, urging her to stop running from her problems and embrace vengeance. She tries to block him out, closing her eyes and covering her ears, but when she opens them, he's gone, replaced by a straw doll, a sinister symbol in Japanese folklore. As she inspects it, she feels a foot brush against her head and turns to see Tsubasa's body hanging, a horrifying vision that sends her running and screaming. As Hisako flees, Tsubasa's voice taunts her, "Why are you running? You told me not to run." The psychological horror is intense, and Momoko's art amplifies it with shadowy, dreamlike visuals. In her panic, Hisako nearly gets hit by a car, but her psionic exoskeleton armor activates, saving her at the last second. This is a pivotal moment, the first time her mutant powers manifest, triggered by trauma. The armor feels sentient, almost like a persona companion, acting independently to protect her. It's a brilliant twist that sets this series apart from traditional X-Men stories. Is there a connection between the charm Tsubasa gave her and this armor? Is it tied to the Shadow Man's influence? These questions linger, adding to the story's addictive mystery. The next day, Hisako is still reeling, blaming herself for Tsubasa's death. Her guilt drives her back to the temple, a bold and human choice that shows her determination to confront her fears. The Shadow Man reappears, taunting her about her guilt and suggesting she's only there to cover her tracks, like hiding her diploma as evidence. He urges her to join him, but Hisako stands her ground, demanding to know what he really wants. The Shadow Man lashes out, attacking her, but her exoskeleton armor activates again, shielding her as she cowers, overwhelmed. It's a powerful moment. Hisako's not a fearless hero yet. She's a scared kid facing an incomprehensible threat, and her armor seems to have a mind of its own. Just when it seems like Hisako might gain the upper hand, the Shadow Man reveals a chilling secret. His curse is already in motion, and the first victim is someone Hisako knows. The dark clouds part briefly, giving her a moment of hope, but then Tsubasa's image reappears, holding the charm and declaring it's too late. Hisako's phone rings, and the news is devastating. Tsubasa's coach, rumored to have bullied him, has hung himself. The parallels to Persona 5's Kamoshida are striking, a figure of authority whose cruelty went unchecked, known only to the students. This revelation hits Hisako hard, and she realizes something dark and powerful is at work, exposing hidden sins and unleashing chaos. As the shadows fade, Asako reflects on the unimaginable forces at play, questioning who the Shadow Man is and why her armor keeps protecting her. This moment captures the heart of Ultimate X-Men, a story about kids facing intangible, otherworldly threats that the adult world can't see. It's a fresh manga-style take that feels like it could translate perfectly into a Persona-style JRPG with turn-based battles and anime cutscenes. Imagine playing this on a Steam Deck or Nintendo Switch, building a team of mutant outcasts to fight a shadowy evil. Peach Momoko's vision is bold and innovative, blending Japanese folklore with X-Men lore in a way that's both haunting and exciting. I'm thrilled about where this series is headed. The idea of a team of young mutants coming together to face a common threat, each with unique powers and personal struggles, is incredibly compelling. Ultimate X-Men is a must-read for fans of the X-Men, Persona, or just great storytelling. What did you think of this issue? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss where this saga might go next. A huge shout out to our patrons for supporting the channel. Your support means the world. If you want to join them, check out the Patreon link below for more info. Until next time, this is Heroic Elite Comics signing off. Stay heroic!